Maine will do what people of Senegal want as Liverpool exit talk increases. Sadio Mane will follow the wishes of the Senegalese people when it comes to making a decision over his Liverpool future. The 30-year-old was strongly linked with a switch to Bayern Munich in the days leading up to Liverpool's 1-0 loss to Real Madrid in last week's Champions League final. Mane, who has 12 months remaining on his Anfield contract, vowed to provide an update on his future following that showdown at the Stade de France. And speaking at a news conference on Friday while away on Senegal duty, Mane offered a further indication that his future lies away from the Premier League club. Asked about a poll run by a local newspaper in which the majority of people wanted him to leave Liverpool, Mane replied, "I'm on social media and I see the comments. Isn't it between 60 to 70% of Senegalese want Mane to leave Liverpool? I will do what they want. We will see soon. Don't be in a hurry because we will see this together. The future will tell us." Mane played 51 games for Liverpool in the 2021-22 season. Only 10 players across Europe's top 5 leagues played more, scoring 23 goals and assisting 2 more. He has scored 90 Premier League goals for Liverpool since his debut in August 2016, a tally only Jamie Vardy, 104, Mohamed Salah, 118, and Harry Kane, 134, can better. Ralf Rangnick makes remarkable start with Austria in Nations League. Former Manchester United manager Ralf Rangnick made a positive start to his tenure in charge of the Austrian national team, defeating Croatia 3-0 in their Nations League opener. It was Croatia who enjoyed most of the possession early, controlling 60% in the first half, but it would be the Austrians heading into the break as the happier side after Marko Arnautovic tucked his strike into the bottom corner 41 minutes in. After being outshot by the Croatians 10-4 in the first half, with Austria's only shot on target finding the back of the net, the second half was a much different story. Of the 7 shots on target in the second 45, all 7 belonged to Austria, and they were rewarded with 2 more quick goals as Michael Gregoritsch made it 2-0 in the 54th minute, before Marcel Sabitzer struck from long range to cap off the win in stunning style 3 minutes later. With the win, Rangnick became the first manager to guide Austria to a win and a clean sheet in their debut since Hans Krankl in 2002. Van Gaal bemused by Bergwijns Spurs' role after outstanding Oranje display. Louis van Gaal cannot understand why Steven Bergwijn has been used so sparingly by Tottenham, with the forward again highly influential for the Netherlands on Friday. Bergwijn made only 4 Premier League starts this season, restricted to 547 minutes across 25 appearances while scoring 3 times. It appears as though this could have been Bergwijn's last campaign at Spurs, given Ajax are said to be looking to bring the Oranje front man back to the Eredivisie. On his form at international level, it is easy to see why Ajax would be interested. Bergwijn scored the Netherlands' first goal in a 4-1 win in Belgium in the Nations League, having a hand in 6 of his side's 15 attempts. The former PSV man has scored 5 goals and assisted another for his country since Van Gaal returned as coach last year. And Bergwijn, along with Frenkie de Jong, was picked out for special praise for their roles in a collective victory. "You always have players who can excel in the collective," Van Gaal told NOS. In this match, it was again Frenkie de Jong and Steven Bergwijn. Bergwijn played incredibly well. "I don't understand why he never plays at Spurs, that's all I can say. Of course, they have a lot of choice there, but for us he is worth his weight in gold. Today he played his best game, and with Frenkie, in Oranje, he is always a hit." Stephan claims France defeat to Denmark down to lack of sharpness. France's surprise 2-1 loss to Denmark in the opening game of their Nations League title defense was down to a lack of sharpness, according to assistant boss Guy Stephan. Substitute Andreas Cornelius scored twice for Denmark in Friday's contest at Stade de France, where Les Bleus had taken the lead through Karim Benzema's 51st-minute strike. The defeat is France's first inside 90 minutes in a competitive game on home soil since losing 1-0 to Spain in March 2013. It is also the first time the reigning World Cup winners have lost a game in which they have led since going down 3-2 to Colombia in a friendly a little over 4 years ago. And at the end of a long season, France coach Stephan, filling in for Didier Deschamps, who is mourning the passing of his father, believes fatigue played a big part. "We knew that Denmark were a good team, with a very good structure," Stephan told M6. "Without looking for an excuse, we're coming to the end of a season in which the players have played a lot. I have nothing to blame them for. It was a match between two good teams. We had some good spells and some less good spells. We just needed some freshness to be able to express ourselves, and we didn't have that today." The hosts had 19 shots to Denmark's 8, yet Cornelius' double, making him the first substitute to score twice against France, earned his side a shock win in Paris. Martinez dismisses Lukaku injury as a knock. Roberto Martinez had reassuring words on Romelu Lukaku's status and even attempted to put a positive spin on Belgium's 4-1 defeat to the Netherlands following the stunning reverse. Belgium are the world's second-ranked side but were completely outclassed on home turf by a team they had not lost to since 1997. It had still been 0-0 when Lukaku hobbled off in the first half, however, with the Chelsea forward trying and failing to play on after sustaining an injury in a tangle with Nathan Ake. However, with 3 more Nations League matches to come this month, Martinez could at least inform fans Lukaku's ailment was not as serious as might have been feared. "Lukaku's problem was a knock," he said, although he accepted, "From then on, it became a more difficult match. This was far from an ideal result in Belgium's first competitive match of a World Cup year, but Martinez believes his side can benefit from the experience. This is what we needed to prepare for the World Cup," he said. "It's a hard result, but it's clear what we need to work on. The World Cup does not start until November, but with the national team it is already within 17 days. We will have to work in a specific way." Belgium offer no excuses for home humbling against Netherlands. Simon Mignolet hopes Belgium can learn from their shock 4-1 defeat to the Netherlands, who outclassed the world's second-ranked team in Brussels. The form book was on Belgium's side heading into their Nations League opener at home to the Oranje on Friday. The Red Devils had not lost to their neighbors since September 1997 and had not lost to any side at home since September 2016. But both of those runs came to an end as Belgium were blown away, with Mignolet, in for Champions League final hero Thibaut Courtois, left horribly exposed. 9 of the Netherlands' 15 shots came over a 25-minute first-half stretch in which Belgium did not attempt one. Steven Bergwijn netted the opener shortly after that onslaught, before Memphis Depay scored twice either side of a simple Denzel Dumfries finish in the second half. It was the first time Belgium had conceded 4 goals at home since October 2010, but Mignolet had no complaints about the scoreline. "There are no excuses for this defeat," the goalkeeper said. "You get the chance to play against the Netherlands and you have to grab that opportunity with both hands." Mbappe forced off with knee injury in Nations League outing. Kylian Mbappe was forced off the field at halftime in France's Nations League opener against Denmark on Friday. The striker, who last month signed a new deal with Paris Saint-Germain despite interest from Real Madrid, sustained a knee injury towards the end of the goalless first half. He pulled up with nobody around him and did not return to field for the start of the second period, with Christopher Nkunku introduced in his place. Mbappe limping down the tunnel would have been a concern for Didier Deschamps, whose side have 3 more Nations League games to come in the next 10 days. However, Deschamps assistant Guy Stephan confirmed to French outlet M6 that the substitution was purely precautionary. Mbappe watched the second half from the substitutes bench at Stade de France with his leg heavily strapped. Lukaku off injured in Belgium's Nations League opener. Romelu Lukaku lasted less than half an hour of Belgium's Nations League opener against the Netherlands on Friday. The Chelsea forward, who endured a difficult first season back at Stamford Bridge, started up front for Roberto Martinez's side in Brussels. But Lukaku stayed down for an extended period after tangling with Manchester City defender Nathan Ake midway through the first half. While his Belgium teammates appealed for a red card, or at least a foul, with Ake, the last man, not penalized. Lukaku required lengthy treatment. The striker eventually lifted himself and continued playing but pulled up soon after when attempting to close down Frenkie de Jong. The former Manchester United and Inter man immediately signalled he would have to be replaced, with Martinez bringing on Leandro Trossard as a substitute. Jose says Roma experience has made him a changed man. Jose Mourinho declared a year in Rome has changed him as a man. The Roma head coach delivered a trophy in his first season when the Giallorossi beat Feyenoord in the Europa Conference League final on May 25. Mourinho will turn 60 in January and says his priorities are shifting. The self-declared special one retains a desire to be successful, but he claims he no longer worries about climbing the coaching ladder, which was once an obsession. Having made his name as a Champions League winner with Porto, the Portuguese bossed Chelsea, Inter Milan, Real Madrid, Manchester United and Tottenham before ending up at Roma. Speaking on Friday at the Faculty of Human Kinetics, a part of Lisbon University, Mourinho told Portuguese reporters his debut season with his current club gave him a fresh perspective. He made a point, when Roma triumphed 1-0 in the Tirana final, of holding up 5 fingers to signal his 5 European trophy successes: Porto's UEFA Cup and Champions League, Inter's Champions League, Manchester United's Europa League and Roma's cherished success. Mourinho claimed he marked the occasion in such a way because he wanted to serve a reminder of his achievements down the years. He said, "The way I celebrated has only one reason: I'm not what I was. I'm not the young man worried about his ascent, growth, and having to prove on a daily basis what he was. I have become a much less egocentric person, who lives more for others than for himself and who is in a club that has no history of winning, with incredibly passionate fans." UEFA apologized to fans for frightening and distressing events at final. UEFA have apologized to spectators at the Champions League final for the frightening and distressing events in the build-up to last Saturday's contest. The European showpiece in Paris was twice delayed due to what UEFA initially described as security reasons outside the Stade de France. Real Madrid went on to lift the trophy by defeating Liverpool 1-0 after the match started 36 minutes late at 9:36 p.m. local time, but events outside the ground appeared of greater concern. Liverpool fans had complained of heavy-handed policing, with video footage showing tear gas being used on supporters. The Premier League club called for an investigation into the ongoings at the final, while UEFA blamed ticketless fans trying to force entry and supporters using fakes. Red supporters group Spirit of Shankly responded by hitting out at the incompetence of the organisation, and Liverpool reiterated their demands for a full probe into the issues. UK Culture Secretary Nadine Dorries followed suit by stating fans had been treated like animals at the match, contrary to suggestions by French ministers that had pinned the blame on supporters. Santos defends decision to leave Ronaldo on bench. Fernando Santos insists he had no problem in leaving Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench as Portugal played out an interesting result in their Nations League opener with Spain. Alvaro Morata fired Spain into a 25th-minute lead with his 26th strike in all competitions for his country, becoming the joint 7th highest scorer in La Roja's history alongside Emilio Butragueño. Ronaldo was introduced after the hour mark, but it was fellow substitute Ricardo Horta who made the difference. Horta popped up at the back post with 8 minutes remaining to coolly convert João Cancelo's low, whipped cross from the right flank, snatching a 1-1 draw for Portugal in Seville. Santos, speaking after the game, was quick to defend his decision to name Ronaldo among the substitutes, while he hailed the performance of his side on the road. 9 Real Madrid players join Cristiano Ronaldo on a record 5 Champions League titles hand with fingers splayed.